Yo, what's going on? Welcome to a special edition of the It's Needed podcast, where we discuss real issues involving law enforcement in the community. So I'm joined again in person by the light-skinned wonder, Mr. Oh No, it's the Popo himself, my light-skinned brother from another mother. And we also got personally in the building, my man, Jorge. What's going on, Jorge?
Hey, blessings.
Hey, so tell me why this is so special, y'all.
Go ahead, Jorge. Let me hear it first.
Listen, man. Listen. First of all, for me, Ryan, I told you, we had this conversation yesterday. AJ, I just had this conversation with you like about a couple minutes ago. You guys got to understand this, right? If you don't know my story, I am a paraplegic. I'm in a wheelchair. I was in a couple of episodes back with the It's Needed podcast, right? With Ryan and AJ, and I share my story in there. But just a quick recap, I've been a paraplegic for 25 years due to gang violence, getting gunned down at the age of 17 in front of my mother at the doorsteps of the Bristol Courthouse Police Department. So with that said, Ryan, being here and being part of the It's Needed conference, and not only being part of it, but being able to serve and be able to come in here and just really share my journey with law enforcement, with educators, with just everybody in the community, it's a milestone for me. As I sit in this room and I look around, I was sitting there and I was just like, wow. Like, yo, God is amazing. Man. Like I'm not even supposed to be here, and I'm not only here, but I'm able to share my story, and my character is being attacked. I'm blessed in a way that it's like, it's amazing for me, man, right? So I just want to say thank you, AJ, man. Pleasure meeting you.
For sure.
Right?
About time. We've been rapping for a minute.
You look taller.
Yeah,
you look kind of big, though.
No, you look taller than what it is. So, I'm a little short, but you look taller. But, yeah, blessing to be here, guys.
I think it's because I'm always recording in selfie mode. I got to start recording in a different way.
Hey, my man AJ has been trying to blast me here at this conference. I'm going to blast him real quick. He ain't here punching nobody. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, my goodness. And first off, I ain't trying. I'm roasting.
I was going to say, I love both of y'all, but Ryan, he AJ 1, Ryan 0.
I got a couple more.
I'll keep y'all posted on that score.
I got a couple more. For me, I'll just ask a question. What's the difference between a need and a want? It's life and death.
Ooh.
That's exactly why this is needed.
Yeah.
Because this is the difference between life and death.
Yes.
This is the difference between saving a soul, saving a life, right?
Yep.
Like, think about that.
That's crazy.
Me personally, if it wasn't for a police officer, I'd be dead or in jail right now. That's exactly why this is needed.
That's crazy.
So we can have similar people out here doing God's work, man.
So real quick, I want to talk, like, this is like a fundamental, this is like a milestone for our organization. And so, like, we started this about 3 years ago. And for those of you guys that don't know, we are here at the first annual It's Needed conference. And so we're here in Riverside, California at the Riverside Convention Center. And this is just a marvelous event. And the reason it's so cool is because I said it earlier, we have all the movers and shakers in one building. And what I mean by movers and shakers, we got city managers, we got mayors, we got superintendents, police chiefs, all the way down to former convicts, all the way down to high school students. And so how many times have we gone to conferences or different things where you got a segment of people, but it's all the same people? Like, I've never been to a conference where you just have everybody that plays a role in our communities in one conference, you know what I mean? And so, like, the whole fundamental and the piece of this was, like, if we can get all the people that play a major role together to discuss the real issues, not just involving law enforcement in the community, but just in general, people with people, what can we change? And it's so crazy, man. It got off to a great start, man.
You know what it is, be honest with you, Ryan? I mean, as I'm saying, I'm hearing you talking. What's our number one issue in this country is communication, right? If you think about it, not even getting to divert the topic, but divorce, right? Everybody thinks it's about money. Everybody thinks it's about cheating on their spouse. It's actually communication. They don't know how to communicate. So our country right now is going through a phase that we don't know how to we have lack of communication. So what I got to see today,
man, it got me chill. Hey, Dr. White, Dr. White dropped the mic. Hey.
Oh yeah, we got rappers. So we got Dr. White here rapping. We got Gordon Graham singing. We got me, I'm cracking jokes, and then Ryan coming in and he just putting a cherry on the top.
I just stepped on. Well, AJ's here over here roasting me, man. But I mean, what are some things that you guys think that, I mean, because there's a lot of people across the world that follows. I mean, obviously we're downloaded in 47 countries now. So
praise God.
47.
Praise God.
47. But there's a lot of people that want to be here that couldn't be here. So if there's anything that you can tell people out there or information you can give them, this is a question for both of you guys. What's something that you can give them that they can take from this conference, even though they're not here, and they can apply it right where they're at? Because what I'm getting at is, I'm just a regular low-level police officer, but the thing is that because of God, every single one of us is blessed with talents and gifts that can change the world right where we're at. So what's something that you would give or encourage somebody out there right now that's watching this or is going to listen to this later that can go out there right where they're at and change the world? So I'll start with you, AJ.
Man, that's a great question. And I'm going to keep it simple. My message would be, it's possible. It is possible. If you look at every single one of our circumstances, us three on this podcast right now, what we've came from, what we've overcome, the walls that we've had to push down, the bricks that we've had to move, the boulders that we've had to roll out of our way, it's possible. So if you're going through something in life, it's possible. Get through it. Keep that chin up high. Let's make it happen. And if you want to be a part of the next It's Needed conference, because there will be another, I need you to hit the DM. Yeah. Let us know where you're at. Let us know, what your ideas are, and we'll come and make it happen.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. What do you think, Jorge?
Yeah, listen, man. It's definitely possible. My story just, it shows you that it's possible, right? And we have many folks that are able to show that. But before it's possible, we need to have awareness. Like, we need to have awareness. And what do I mean by awareness? We need to start being self-aware of what that is. And before you help anybody, you got to help yourself. And so I really, truly feel that for those individuals that want to help, they want to be part of the movement, number one, reach out to us. Like AJ say, let's connect, right? Because like-minded individuals are gonna take this to the next level. Like, I promise you, don't wait till the train moves. Like, jump on the train now, right? Everybody wants to make it, jump on it when it's sexy and when it starts moving. But as we sit in here and we creating the foundation of It's Needed, right? And this is going to be for years. I'm calling it to insistence because God gave you this already and nobody's going to be able to take it from you, right? I promise you, what I tell folks out there is just be self-aware. Be very self-aware of what that is for you, for your community, and what are you able to do in the sense of whether it's the smallest thing to the biggest thing. AJ and Ryan, everybody get caught up with like, I'm not ready to do because I don't got much. You could start now with what you have because it is possible.
Man, so I want to bring up something because you guys both bring up it's possible, and I because this is a special edition, we can just invite everybody in. I want to go ahead and come on over on this side, LT. You and Jorge share the mic because he's a pinnacle part of this, and so I'll get into introductions in a second. But I want to capitalize on something that you guys both brought up. It's possible. So you guys know Jorge is in the wheelchair. Yesterday, Jorge came in here and. Jorge, man, like, he got a flat tire. It was funny, Jorge. So when you called me, Jorge called me. He's like, hey, Ryan, I got a flat tire. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Where you at? Like, I'm going to come pick you up. And he was like, nah, bro. Like, I got a flat tire in my wheelchair. I was like, oh, we good, baby. We rocking. So Jorge just had like the most positive attitude, and like in that positivity, that energy just rubs off on me because it just makes me want to like, hey man, let's go get this. And so the reason I bring that up is because there's a lot of you guys out there right now. I don't know where you're at in your life, what stage, I don't know what disappointments, what depression you're suffering, what mental illness, but man, my man Jorge, he's gone through his fair share of struggles, but you will never see that on his face. He will never tell you about that, and he will just keep pushing. And so that's why I tell you guys, keep pushing, because what you guys want to do is possible. Jorge is living proof of that. There's a reason Jorge is here with me at this conference and on this stage, and AJ can attest. And so what I want to do is go, I want to introduce, and I'm going to turn it over to you again, Jorge, but I want to introduce my man Rodney. So Rodney's kind of been behind the scenes a little bit, but Rodney he's a lieutenant where I work at, and we had a conversation on your couch probably about 3.5-4 years ago about, doing BBU and what we wanted to do. We didn't really know what it was going to look like. And for you, I want to know for you, what is it like to sit at this conference in this atmosphere and just kind of see the vision come to life? What's that like for you, LT?
For me, it's manifestation, man. It's manifestation of a dream. When we sat down and we had that conversation on my couch, that, like you mentioned, we had no idea where this was going, but we knew it was going somewhere because we knew who the initiator was. And this was something that when we sat down, one of the first things we did is we prayed. And yes, we did. And we said, hey, you know what? God, this is your thing. This is far bigger than any one of us. And we want to see your vision manifested in this. So as I sit here at this table and I look out, all the people who were in this room just minutes ago, man, this is manifestation of a vision, dude.
And this is crazy, man. I'm just tripping. Like, you know how, like, and we on the podcast. I feel like I could be myself on the podcast. It's like
we better but brand new right now.
What's funny is like like you've gone to events before, and I'm not knocking nobody's events, but I mean I've gone to events before, and it's like, they can feel like kind of bootleg, or, I got that, and no knock on anybody's hustle out there, but the dude that try to slide you his CD, like, hey, dog, take a look at my CD, and you listen to it, dog, and you like, you ain't trying to be rude, but you like, dang, dog, that's kind of trash, bro. I'm not going to tell him that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to hustle. But to be here at this conference, I mean, this is first class. I mean, shout out to my wife over there, the lady in red. Everybody else is here because the Savage, my boy Big Sean, rich homie Sean behind the camera right now. It is literally phenomenal. This is first class. And so, Jorge, man, you've gone to a lot of ET events, and my man ET is going to be in the building in T-minus about an hour and a half. I mean, you've gone to so many of his things. You serve with him. I mean, can you compare as far as what we got going on here to being around first class events? Can you make any comparisons to that?
High quality, high quality. But when you ask me that question, first thing that I comes to mind is high quality. And what do I mean by that? I come in here, you sense the professionalism. You sense the structure, you sense the commitment, you sense the love, you sense the unity. Like, that's what a conference should be about. You come into a place to learn and to develop yourself. So I compare that to E because that's what we do. That's what we do. Yep.
Yeah, hey, and just to add to that, I have spoken at a lot of universities. I've spoken all over the world, and this has to be the second time that I've been nervous on the stage. And I don't know if y'all heard me. When I first got up there, I was like,
AJ, I heard that.
Yeah, I was like, we just going, yep, it's a video coming up, and we going, all of that. Yeah, I'm like, Billy, play the video. Get me off. Play it, yeah.
I heard it.
And the only other time that I've been nervous was my first time ever on a stage. So that says a lot, man, and I mean that. Y'all heard it.
Wow. So fair or foul? I mean, is it foul that my brother from another mother, like, as I'm trying to make my rounds, talk to people, say hi, be nice to folks, my man tried to throw me under the bus like I didn't hear, like, yeah, my man Ryan's on some PCP this morning. I'm like, what?
Yo, Ryan, on his defense, it was kind of funny, and I think he was just. So I think it was fair because it was all for ITSNEEDED conference.
Let me break down this story real quick, y'all. So I flew in yesterday. All right, it's a 5-hour flight. I'm tired. I couldn't sleep on the plane. We'll talk about that in a later episode why I couldn't sleep on the plane. So I'm tired. I catch the world's longest Uber from LAX to my man's Ryan's house. And I know it's the world's longest because the Uber driver even said, whoa, this is my longest Uber ever. And he's been doing it for like a while, bro. Like,
my man trying to give you a hint, like, hey, bro,
yeah, like this is extra.
Uber, bro?
Where that tip at? Where that tip at?
You better tip me when I drop you off, bro. So long story short, I get the Ryan spot. I'm staying at Ryan's spot. He got the house all nice. He got this big comfortable couch. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm tired. I'm hungry too. So Ryan's like, let's order some pizza. So I'm like, bet.
Bomb too.
So we order his pizza.
I was sad that I didn't stay. Like, for real. Anyway,
we tore it up. Tore it up.
My bad, Jorge.
No, that was my fault. You told me to come through.
Yeah. So we smash this pizza. It's like 11:30. So then Ryan turns the TV on. I'm like, hold on, bro, I'm tired, man.
Nah, we watching TV.
Yeah, so he's like, you gotta watch this show, Impractical Jokers. And I'm like, I don't watch TV. He's like, you ain't never seen this? And you could tell Ryan has seen the episodes already because he's laughing before the stuff happens. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, Ryan, like, you already seen this. Like, this ain't nothing new to you. Like, I'm tired. Let me go to sleep. 12:30 roll around. I'm like, bruh, what time we waking up in the morning? Ryan goes, probably like 5. Bruh, all right, whatever. So we finally go to sleep. I'm knocked out. Ryan has the most comfortable couch in the world, so I'm like dry, like saliva, like knocked out, right? Like I'm drooling. Yeah, you gotta clean that whole thing, throw it away. So anyway, 5 o'clock roll around, and Ryan plays the loudest Kurt Franklin song I've ever heard. It was like Kurt Franklin had a megaphone up against my ear. It was like, can you hear me? Like, I was like, oh. Like,
Oh, he was cuffing with you?
Yeah, I was like, am I being convicted right now? So I made the joke, like, Ryan was on some PCP in the morning, man. He came sliding down in his drawers and some socks. I'm like,
like Macaulay Culkin. Oh, you over here breaking the Savages equipment. I can't afford nothing up here. Look at Billy coming up. Billy coming up. Yeah, I can't afford nothing. Oh, Billy, get the Savage in there, Sean. I can't afford nothing here.
Look at the handicap round. Everybody look at the handicap round.
Oh,
AJ
man.
called it too. AJ, why you doing it to
Oh,
me? Like,
man.
He looked at me too. Like, yo, I told you.
Hey, I see. I can't mess with y'all.
Hey, some people have wardrobe malfunctions, some have equipment malfunctions.
Hey, I can't afford nothing up in here. So Billy gonna be like, that's gonna be on his tab.
If y'all see me without a wheelchair, you know why.
So what on that last topic, fair or foul, I'm gonna go fair. And then the reason why I'm gonna go fair, because anyone who knows Ryan knows that he can't stay on the same topic for less than
That's
more
right.
than 5 seconds.
That's right. Hey, that's right. We
So
off.
he's like squirrel on steroids. You know, it's squirrel.
Oh,
So I got to go fair on that one.
LT just gonna come and rob me too. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. I know I gotta stay in my lane. So hey, fella, this is a special edition. We're gonna be doing this podcast recording throughout the day. We're gonna have some other special guests on throughout the day. So I want to get back to. I want us all to go check out some of the key or the breakout sessions. But any last parting words before we leave? I'll start with AJ, we'll work our way to Jorge, and then we'll finish with LT.
it's possible. It's possible. Let me tell you, I don't care how scary it is. I don't care how much fear it puts in your heart. It's possible. Put your pedal to the metal and make it happen.
Excellent. Jorge, what about you, man?
All I gotta say is walk forward, right? You know, I'm not even supposed to be here, guys. Like everything in my life at one point said that I wasn't even supposed to be alive. So I'm here. And so it is possible, but once you get there, just continue to walk forward and just continue to be intentional, because I believe that the information is all around us, but if you're not intentional with wanting to walk forward, it won't be possible. So yeah, man, just keep pushing, keep fighting, surround yourself by those individuals like Ryan that will spark that energy in you, all right? Let's go.
LT.
They're gonna break it again.
Yeah,
No, not this time. So the one thing I have to say is when I look at Ryan and I look at this conference, what I see is a marriage of purpose and passion. And when you have someone that's identified their purpose and that passion is the motivator for that purpose, what you see is what's happening here today. It's a marriage of purpose and passion. And my hope is that more people out there, as you see this grow, that you will understand and search for your purpose, learn your purpose, and marry that with that passion, and you can change the world too.
Hey, y'all! I got too many people. I got too many people spitting bars today. Y'all about to get rid of my job. Yeah. Y'all about to get rid of my job. I got too many people dropping bars today. Hey guys, again, we're not going anywhere. This is just a short segment. We will be back to you in a little bit. Like I said, a special edition. Thanks to everybody. We'll see you guys in a few hours. Take care.
Peace.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Ryan back again for another segment of the ITSNEEDED podcast, special edition here at the Riverside Convention Center with my brother from another mother. But I have two other special people that I want to introduce. The first one, honestly, you know, obviously God is the main reason why we're able to do what we do, but God often uses people in our lives, in all of our lives, to be the vehicle to do things for us or for His kingdom. And so Dr. Holmes has been with BBU from the beginning. She is a beast when it comes to just getting things done, moving things forward. So we have her right now, and then we have my boy Boomer Bennett. So Dr. Holmes, if you can introduce yourself, just kind of tell the world, because 47 countries, what it is that you do and why the work and why this conference is so important and why this is so needed.
So currently I am the director of Leadership, Innovation, and Outreach for the Riverside County Office of Education, and we have purview over about 23 districts. But I came to know Ryan and engage BBU as the Director of Community Engagement and Extended Learning for Riverside Unified over 3 years ago. And one of the things that was important as I came to understand and know who he was that he had a profound and enduring impact on students. And one of the things that we struggle with in education, or at least K through 12 education is ensuring that students are engaged to the point to where their interaction with curriculum and with experience actually translate into academic outcomes that characterize positive and post-secondary success for them. And so when I came to know Ryan and engage with BBU, one of the things that I found is that students responded to him in ways that I had not seen them respond to their teachers. And what I wanted to do is to help supplement their engagement with the work that he was providing and to connect them with resources outside of their school community that would cause them to thrive beyond the day-to-day interactions at their schools, and for them to see themselves outside of the context of just a student, but to cause them to dream in ways that they hadn't done that before. And so with the work that we've done with BBU, what we've been able to do is to not just put them in Ryan in front of students to motivate them or to teach them leadership or to heal their perspectives of law enforcement, but what we've actually done is we've provided them all a mentor, somebody that has a proximity to their age and the culture of their generation that they respond well to. But in addition to that, because they gravitated towards him, we capitalized on the opportunity for them to learn from him. So we developed some career development academies, leadership academies, and some mentoring with law enforcement officials. I think one of the things we emphasize in education is college readiness and going to college, but we need to connect students with service industry jobs like law enforcement or city jobs that don't necessarily require a college education initially, but that they can pursue after they have begun to develop certain skills and expertise and have joined certain organizations, and then to grow from there. We want to emphasize more of that. And so I am just happy to be a part of what I think is a movement and a social force that is going to change the trajectory of our youth, especially ones that have been traditionally marginalized and underserved in our K through 12 schools. And so my role with BBU is to help build the capacity of district leaders and site leaders in districts for them to be able to see the innovative ways that we need to engage youth in ways that they're responsive to.
Wow, so check this out. So
what she said. What she said.
So Dr. Holmes tried to act like, we asked her, like, hey, you want to come on the podcast? And she was like, I don't do good with stuff like that. Dr. Holmes came over here to drop the mic on everybody. That's fair or foul. Is she trying to play us, AJ, or what?
I think it's foul because she said she wasn't like really ready for the podcast, but then she put out a piece of paper with like all these notes. No, I'm playing. She didn't do that.
She came through and said, no, I got this. So, Dr. Holmes, again, like, and the funny thing is there's Dr. Holmes, there's people like Dr. Holmes all across the nation, across the world. All it takes is just a little bit of initiative and a little bit of motivation to start changing your own community where you're at. And I think sometimes we get caught up in thinking that, nah, I can't do that. That's not me. I'll wait for the next person. Well, we're in this position that we are as a country because we've always waited on the next person. Well, at what point are we going to stop waiting on the next person and just take that own self-initiative to get things done? And another person that Boomer, I want you to tell your story, Bree's story, Boomer, because we ain't got that much time. But Bree's story, man, of why you're here, what you've done, because Boomer, I'm sure, again, 47 countries, I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to your story, my man.
I agree, man, and I want to thank you guys for having me on. So I met this awesome guy at one of his conferences he did at San Bernardino Valley, right? Mm-hmm. We met at San Bernardino Valley. Before that, man, I did 12 years in prison. I used to be an ex-gang member from South Central California. I used to be a Crip. Did a lot of stupid stuff with my life. But when I went to prison, one of the things that the Lord had me understand real quick was that purpose meant something. And we can live outside of our purpose and attempt to make our own purpose. However, when you see life from God's perspective, it gave me a sense of worth. It gave me a sense of honesty, and also gave me a sense of integrity. And so being in prison for so long, I got to see the world from the outside looking in. And I was like, well, all right, Lord, where do you want me to be aggressive at? And the one place the Lord wanted me to be aggressive at was building a relationship with like-minded men and women of God. So what I did was I came home and I was aggressive and bold and confident and humbled by the fact that the Lord put me in front of individuals and let me shake individuals' hands and rub shoulders with people who were really serious about building community. I mean, from a genuine perspective, not from a notoriety perspective, not from I want to rape and pillage the community for every dollar that they have, but from a genuine time perspective. I want to get every kid number and put it in my phone. I want to know all of the students' parents. I want to be able to take them on vacations from a genuine loving perspective. And what I seen in Ryan, we have this thing. So I'm the founder of Jesus Follower University, and one of the pillars that Jesus Follower University stands on is it says love always wins. And what we mean by that is there is no situation or circumstance, there is no trial or tribulation where the love of God cannot win. There's no situation that God will put you in front of where he will not allow his love to win out. So for so long, I've been allowing. Now I've been a victim of myself in allowing the enemy to defeat me in certain areas. But then when my perspective changed and I started to surround myself with like-minded men and women of God, I found that, man, however hard the situation is, love of God can win out. And when you allow the love of God win out, watch what he does in that environment. Watch what he does to those people, and watch what he does through certain programs. So I'm honored, and I thank Ryan, my light-skinned brother from another mother, for allowing me to come and give a bill, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Boomer, I appreciate you, man. And AJ, man, what are your thoughts, man? Because, again, AJ, you're in Columbus, Ohio. So having Boomer here, having Dr. Holmes here, tell me what you think, from the outside looking in, is why do you think their work matters and truly matters? And, how would you encourage others in other places to continue their work in other places when you go back to Ohio, finding the Boomers and finding the Dr. Holmes?
Yeah, so I don't think it matters. I know it matters. And this is why people's lives are at risk here. You never know, like you said, you believe that one simple act of kindness can change one person's life. But then to take that even further, that person's life who was changed, the chances of them changing someone else's life is like crazy, right? Like the chances of them changing someone else's life because their life has changed is probably 90% to 100%, right? So you never know how far those dominoes are gonna fall. I'm in awe, brother. I'm in awe. I'm in complete awe. I said this to my wife a few years ago. I've always felt like there's a ton of people in this world who want to do good. They're just not sure how to do it. They're not sure of the connections, how to execute it. This is a prime example of people who want to do good and are doing it, but together. Yeah. Which is powerful, right? Powerful. Like Jesus ain't do it by himself. No. Right?
Yeah, and I think that I'd like to add to that exactly what you said. Sometimes we are a little reticent to move forward with what we know is the right thing because we feel like we're alone, or we feel like we lack the capacity in and of ourselves to execute. But it's not so much about executing more than it is about brokering something that you see in somebody else. Right. So when I came to know Ryan, I mean, I don't consider myself that old or anything, but, he's connecting with kids in a way that I can't. And so rather than me being envious of his work and envious of his approach, I embrace that as a tool that I can use to work with him and to power with him to achieve the goals and the purpose and to broker the love that God put in all of us. And so when we remove ourselves from actually having to manifest the things that we want, and we see how we can partner with others to achieve the same thing, it's a win all around. You don't have to be in the limelight to make change, but you have to be willing to possess the humility to let somebody else take stage who can say it and do it better. Because if our focus is on an objective, it has to be about that and not about our personal aggrandizement, right?
Oh my goodness. For sure. Oh my, mic drop. I'm gonna break Billy's mic.
Hey, we've probably broken about 15 mics here today since the start of the day. So, hey, I mean, I'm sitting back here and I just literally have no words to say. It's very rare that Ryan is ever speechless.
By rare, he means never.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those times. But I will say though, sitting close to AJ, one thing I noticed, brother, you got some gray hair going in on that beard.
Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back?
That's how he hits you, bro. That's what he doing.
I'm just saying. So hey, again, thank you. This is just another short segment. He been roasting me all day, so I'm gonna take my chance any chance I get. Don't even trip. We love you guys. Thank you, Boomer.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, Dr.
Appreciate
Holmes,
you.
for supporting the this convention, this conference. The work is needed, and it's only gonna continue to go further. So I don't know about y'all. I see that cheesecake getting placed on that table right there.
Going down.
We eating right over here. I don't know. Some of y'all probably thought we was about to eat the golden arches. Like, oh, for example, that probably brings me back to episode, what was it, 4 or 5 of the podcast?
Like 3.
When I told, and Dr. Holmes was there when our team, remember when we went to the Christmas dinner and everybody thought I was taking them to Panda Express?
Yes, I know. I thought
They had
that.
good orange chicken though, right?
Yeah.
He's like never gonna get over.
Oh, never gonna get over that. Some of y'all probably thought today was like, oh, we're gonna probably have the golden arches. We're gonna put some Big Macs on plates and dress it up all nice with some parsley or whatever it's called. But now we got cheesecake on the plates right now. We eating right over here. We doing good. But whoever said we can't eat good, do right, and sound good, look good while changing the world. So
right.
we'll see y'all in the next segment. Thanks again. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Peace.